Before there was Final Fight, or Streets of Rage, or Guilty Gear Judgment, or anything else that could be considered part of this grand beat-em-up tradition, there was Kung Fu. Or Kung Fu Master if you're talking about the original arcade version. Or Spartan X if you're talking about it in Japan. Or that one where you walk forward and punch and kick guys, regardless of time or space. Here's your Genesis story. Girlfriend kidnapped, tower full of ninja, knife throwers, dragon bomb things, poisonous moths, and snakes. Why does it always have to be snakes? Behold one of those weird launch titles that isn't a purely in-house Nintendo project. Depending on which particular flavor of the game you're dealing with, it was developed by either Irem or Nintendo, and published by either of those or Data East. It's kind of a cluster punch, but the net result is that this is one of the first NES experiences for a whole generation. Walking forward, and punching and kicking guys. And leg sweeping, and jump kicking, and jump punching, and groin punching, and dodging knives. I've occasionally criticized the NES launch titles for being on the simplistic side, but while this one isn't about to win a Pulitzer for writing, the sheer diversity of actions you have available was revolutionary at the time. Back in the day, a vast number of home releases were adapted from arcade games, and this effort by Nintendo is a fine example of how you pare down the number of colors and otherwise streamline a game for consoles. The sprites are simpler, the backgrounds are a little flatter, but the point still comes across, simplistic as it may be. More to the point, the gameplay is still awesome. The forces of evil, big and small, come at you from every angle, and by that I mean both, trying to choke you out, pierce you with daggers, or otherwise impede your rescue attempt. Fortunately, with your diverse repertoire of kung fu, you can dispatch them with efficiency and cinematic grace. Repeated kicks to the face, dude taught Chun-Li everything she knows. Aerial punch to take care of a low-hanging bomb? Absolutely. Toe poking a katana-wielding dude to death? A little dicey, but totally doable. Alright, so maybe it's not grandiose at all. But there are some real spiffy tricks, including the use of synthesized laughing if you fall in the face of a boss character. It's a high-quality attempt and easily among the better launch titles. And in a strange quirk of fate, Kung Fu Master can simultaneously claim that it inspired and was inspired by the cinema. The Jackie Chan action flick Wheels on Meals, and yes, that's correct, I've double-checked it, serves as the basis for the game's design, while a 1988 French film borrowed the game's name to tell the... Am I reading this correctly? Seriously. To tell the tale of a 40-year-old woman's romantic affair with a 14-year-old devotee of the game. Wow. Way to go, France. I'll never look at my fries the same way again. This classic launch title also found home on the Atari 2600 and 7200, the Apple II, the MSX, the... Honestly, 40-year-old woman going gaga over a 14-year-old gamer. I'm sorry, but I was a 14-year-old gamer once, and I may have had an unhealthy obsession with GoldenEye, but I can't think of something that would be less appealing to a woman of her years. Maybe an open flesh wound or a constant postnasal drip. Forget I brought it up. I'm just gonna go kidnap some schmuck's girlfriend now just to clear my head of this travesty. Even in 1988, bad movies could and did happen to good games.